This is the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. Final game of the regular season, and it's the Dallas Talons looking to take home the #1 seed in the playoffs. They've rattled off 3 straight and looking to grasp a firm hold on the #1 seed with a win here. But coming into their house is a team that has rambled off 6 straight, or potentially 6 straight wins. They've got 5 on the bounce, looking for win number 6, and the winning streak all started when they took on Dallas back in Nashville just 6 weeks ago. Hello, folks. I'm Tyler Falk. Welcome to the prelude to the postseason. I'm alongside Eric Vincent. Eric, we've got a fun one tonight.
Oh, Tyler, this is going to be a good one. Dallas looking to lock up that #1 seed. But Miami won earlier tonight in game night, so if they lose, they will relegate that #1 seed to the Pirates.
It's all about to go down, and we are underway for the final game of the regular season here on the Virtual Football Network. A very good return here to start the night for Lynch as he gets all the way up to the 32-yard line, and that is where the Dallas Talons signal caller Cameron Duty will try out to the field here to begin his work in the final regular season home game here for Dallas. He starts out with a 3 tight end look, and we'll hand off the football left side. Good little hole created, good stiff arm. Continuing upfield and banking off of tackle, and finally being brought down in the tailback, Jimmy Lorenzo.
Travius James, the #1 running back here for the Talons. Absolutely great run for him. Looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield, but that stiff arm there, able to spring him free and get close to first down yardage right off the bat.
A very good run to begin the ball game for James, as Cameron Duty back under the gun now here with 3 wide receivers. And pass over the deep shot is caught. All the way inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. Duty connecting with Rivers, the tight end.
Yeah, Neil Rivers, he is a big play threat in this offense. He will work the middle of the field between the hashes. He's the big play threat alongside Rashad Lockley. He usually works the sidelines. Rivers is going to work the middle of the field, and we saw that right there. Big time 34-yard gash right up the middle.
And just like that, Dallas find themselves on the other side of midfield. Pass over the middle on a slant is caught, and they continue to push down the field for another big check. That's Taryn Walls, the backup tailback.
Walls probably had to check in. Travius James with that big run there on the opening play. And Dallas is in business here in the red zone, just outside of the goal line to gain.
On the run, but this time it's snuffed out by Tennessee. Brought down by Dexter Jackson, the middle linebackers. We take a look at this Talon offense, led by Cameron Duty, of course, at quarterback, but Travius James and Rashad Lockley also names to look out for here in Dallas.
Yeah, and we talked about Travius James comes into this ball game over 1,400 yards rushing and 15 touchdowns. His longest of the season, a cool, crisp 99 yards.
Can't forget Neil Rivers as well, the starting tight end, as we go back again to the ground. Another run here for James, trying to push the pile. And finally stopped just a yard shy of the line again at the 2.
And probably beneficial they started off this set of downs outside the 10-yard line. They got an opportunity to get a first down here, even if they don't reach the end zone.
3 wide off to the right. They'll try and one more time, and leading forward in for the score is Walls. And it's a Dallas touchdown, the opening the scoring here tonight.
Yeah, Walls able to snipe that one away from Travius James, but good opening drive there for Dallas. You saw them open it up with the run game. Tennessee probably a little fearful of that big play from Travius James, and then Cameron Duty went to work with his aerial assault.
When Dallas got going, there was nothing Tennessee could stop him on that drive, and the extra point is up, and it is good, and it's a 7-0 early lead here for the Talons. And if you were watching game night here just a few minutes ago, the Yugos were flying off the board. Let's hope to see some more doubles and triples here in prime time.
And let's hope you don't run into a whole bunch of trios like I was able to run into. Man, I needed one number to get myself a W go. Didn't happen.
And so Dallas will kick it off here to Tennessee. See what Tennessee can do on their opening drive. Action Jackson. The man set deep to return the Corey Ruth kick, and he stands all the way back on the end line, steps out, and the punt will be down for a touchback as the Ramblers will set to go from their own 25-yard line. Malik Kane, the third different quarterback for Tennessee this season. He's only got one game under his belt. Here's game number 2, pass middle. That one is caught. Another big gain to opening the drive here. That's almost 20 yards here for Tennessee as Kane connects with his tight end, Darrington Coleman.
And Coleman does a good job there, just kind of slipping past his man. It was a little bit of an out route in the middle of the field. Linebacker couldn't keep up, and it's an easy first down to start things off for Tennessee.
Just a little bit of check behind. A third start here for Malik Kane.
Ready, set.
As he's under center now, 2 tight ends right. I formation behind him. They'll try and run up the gut here with the tailback, Centaurus Sherman, who backs up the leading back, Stephon Hurdle III. What can you tell us about this Ramblers offense here?
Yeah, I mean, Stephon Hurdle III, he's going to be a guy to look out for here after Rocket Davis was released earlier on in the season. He's going to be the bell cow at running back. And, of course, you got Action Jackson and Max Capone, the wide receivers there for the Ramblers to watch out for.
Gun set. Here it'll be a run. Good hole up the middle created by that O-line as Hurdle's first carry of the game goes for a good chunk of yards.
And Tennessee not really known for running the football. They do like to pass quite a bit, especially with Malik Kane being as hot as he has been in the past couple of games.
Try and run for the first down, and it's a good hole as Hurdle cuts right after getting through the hole, trying to look for more space on the outside, gets up to the 42-yard line.
And early on, Tyler, it's looking like they're going with a very balanced attack. They're wanting to keep it on the ground, go to Kane to go ahead and make those passes. No big chunk shots, nothing real deep. So far, we've just seen them work the middle of the field and then work the running attack into that second level of the defense.
We did see that one chunk play to begin the drive, connecting with the tight end Coleman, but other than that, you're right. Little short passes, blitz coming, floater right side, caught, defender missed, behind the defense, diving touch, no, not the one, just shy, it's Capone.
Max Capone, he had such a great play here. And you're absolutely right, Tyler. Defensive back just completely whiffed on his assignment, was looking for the pick, and just didn't read it right at all. Capone, the beneficiary of that, and ended up getting dragged down right at the 1-yard line. So close to breaking it.
Touchdown saving tackle by Jordan Palmer, the free safety. But now it's time for the heavy sets. Try and run. Ramblers have done a good job so far, and they get it in here to tie up the game, potentially. Hurdle the third. Doesn't have to hurdle this time.
No hurdle for him, just right up the middle into the end zone, dragged down. And a good opening possession for both of these teams as they just march down the field with ease.
Tennessee coming off the back of back-to-back games with 30-plus points. Most points they've scored. The last time, a couple times, they've scored 30. The only other time they have this season was all the way back in Week 4 against Denver. And they're off to a good start here. Meanwhile, the Dallas Talons, Eric, last 3 games, they've scored 125 points. So right now, we might be in for a boat race.
Oh, absolutely. And they beat a playoff contender, Motor City, Wichita, who we know that they can go ahead and just light the world on fire with their passing attack, and LA, who is one of the premier playoff teams coming in, top wild card team over in the West, but could have easily won their division. So they played against some tough opponents and put up a lot of points. they're fighting for the #1 seed here tonight, so they're going to have to do the same thing here against Tennessee, who's won 5 straight.
Kickoff, it's on its way. We'll see if Dallas can make a return out of this one. Indeed, taking it out again, looking for more holes. Not the return we saw from the first time from Lynch, but he does get it up to the 27-yard line. And that is where Dallas will take over. A lot of chunk plays on the passing game we saw on that first drive, Eric.
Oh, yeah, in the first half of the quarter, I mean, we've seen a lot of fireworks here so far, which is fantastic. And we'll see what Dallas can do here. They like to run the football. They like to pass the football as well.
Heavy look, cutting back inside is a tailback, James, but he gets stopped up by the leading man on the line, Mike Rodick. And he leads a defense that's one of the best in terms of getting the quarterback. 30 sacks total in team throughout the first 14 weeks.
And watch out for Dexter Jackson, who leads the team in tackles. He had 64 total tackles. Combine that with the assists, he's got over 120 tackles on the year.
Offset eye now. Here for Cameron Duty, and they try an RPO near side, but it is corralled rather quickly. Staying home in the zone was the corner on the near side.
Yeah, Joey Duncan the second. Good closing speed there, able to recognize the wide receiver screen and came up, closed in real quick. Good open field tackle, bringing up the 3rd down.
Shotgun set. They have the tailback stay back for extra blockers. Pass near side, wide open on the sideline. Caught at the 46 is Rashad Lockley. 1st down.
And I talked about this guy in the opening possession, Tyler. This is the guy that likes to work the sidelines. Sometimes it's streaking up the sideline, little vertical route. This time, just a little bit of a crosser. Worked over the middle of the field, worked all the way over to the near sideline. Cameron Duty saw him wide open, and a good pass there for the 1st down.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Clear.
8 men in the box here for Tennessee on a brand new set of downs here for Dallas. Slowing it down just a bit. Now go play action. Shot middle. That is picked by Tennessee. And getting out of the tackle and up past the 30-yard line. And Tennessee strike right back with their defense. It's Joey Duncan.
Yeah, Joey D making good back-to-back plays there. That open field tackle on the screen and then picking off this play over the middle. He deflects. Actually, no, he doesn't even deflect it. He just comes right down with it. I thought it was a deflection originally, and maybe it comes up in the hands of one of the extra DBs, but he just comes right down with this one. Look at this.
My goodness.
Just right over the outstretched fingers of the receiver.
Found the ball before the receiver did. Maybe a little bit of an error pass from Duty. He's now got at least 15 interceptions on the season as Tennessee will go back to work on offense from their own 32-yard line. 4 wide here for Kane. He'll just hand it off on a late handoff. Good little move as Tennessee ramble on up to the 44-yard line. Second drive and in the first play, both plays get up to their own 44-yard line. Good drive starters here for Tennessee.
Yeah, and Hurdle's been looking fantastic running the football so far. I mean, he's been looking loose, free. He's running the football well, running it tough. You know, good east to west playmaker that we're seeing out there right now. And, I mean, Tennessee's got themselves plenty of weapons to contend with Dallas here.
And some movement up front. And unfortunately, it's a false start on one of the Tennessee O-linemen. That's Adam Goodwin, the starting right guard. And they'll push him back 5 yards here. It'll be 1st and 15. Now for the 39-yard. Another delayed handoff. Hurdle. And he is corralled quickly by 2 of the Dallas linemen. First hit by Herschel Beasley. Finished up by Ryan Van Holten.
Yeah, and that was just good closing penetration there by the defensive line for the Talons. And really nowhere for Hurdle to go. I mean, up the middle, maybe a little bit of room, but across the edges there is really where Dallas got into the backfield and made the play.
Their heavy look, and they'll try again with Hurdle on 2nd and long, out of a tackle, and trying to navigate his way through as he tries to cut back inside. Decent little run. It'll be 3rd and 9 after all that.
Man, he was staring Jarek Briggs right in the face mask there and then somehow made something out of nothing, making it a 3rd and 9.
Wide receivers to the left of Kane. He's looking for one of them. Got one of them. A 3-for-3 start from Malik Kane, connecting with Action Jackson.
It's an absolute dime right there. I mean, that's not an easy throw. I mean, closing in was the DB. Good coverage there by Foxworth, but Jackson able to make the play. And like I said, just a great throw by the quarterback, Malik Kane.
You see the dispersion. They don't go to the pass very much, but when they have tonight, it has worked wonders. Hurdle, you can see heaving in the backfield. Heel the ass, no. Another play action. Passing near side, and that one's hit out of the waiting arms of the receiver. Trevance Roberts, the outside linebacker, drawing that free. And this Dallas Talons defense is one tough cookie.
Yeah, and we talked about Ryan Van Holten along the line. Frank Bernstein, the strong safety, is another guy to watch out for. You certainly don't want to throw against him. And still unclaimed corner, Corinne Foxworth. He's played really, really well. They've got a short secondary by pro standards. However, they play very, very tough on the back end.
Try and go with the ground game here on 2nd and long, and nothing. That game maybe 2 yards. Credit to the push of the O-line just to give him that many.
Now another 3rd and 8 or 9 for Tennessee to deal with, and they're sitting in no man's land right here.
I really love these trips formations. Trips to Kane's right here on 3rd down. Blitz coming across his body, caught all the way inside the red zone. It's the tight end again, Coleman again.
Coleman's 2nd catch. He's got 33 yards receiving already here in the 1st quarter of play, and he's been looking good so far. Look at how much space he's got in between him and the defensive back, and Malik Kane sees that right away. That's an easy pitch and catch for the 1st down.
Dallas been sending a whole lot of pressure on the last couple of 3rd downs. That time they went with a 3-3 zone look. And you, as a quarterback, you're told to look for where the blitz is coming and throw in that direction, because usually there's a hole out there, and that's exactly what Kane did. They run again, and Hurdle's starting to slow down a bit as Dallas is keying in on the run.
Yeah, Dallas starting to kind of recognize that this is what Tennessee is going to want to do. Run the football first, pass it second.
King gonna tuck it and run through the middle, doesn't slide, and gets hit at the 11-yard line. Pick it up about 6-8 yards.
Like he was trying to throw a little bit of a Euro step on that run there and maybe juke out the defenders. All for naught. 3rd and 2 coming up now.
And then I'll have to wait to the 2nd quarter. A 7-7 start to the game here in the final game of the regular season. Game 256. And stay tuned for the last 3 quarters. Tyler Falk and Eric Vincent on the call here from Dallas, Texas. Glad to have your company here in the final game of the regular season. Kane underneath, that one is caught by Coleman, and he spins forward under the tackle of Trevance Roberts. And it's 1st and goal, Tennessee.
Yeah, early on, it seems like Malik Kane is looking Coleman's way, and look at him right there, just spaced out in between the 2 linebackers. Good spin move over the cross of the body of the backer to get some extra yards. And so far, he's been looking good. This passing attack has been looking good for the Ramblers.
70, Indy.
High formation now as they try and get home. Run, middle, had it, and then gets pushed in. Santara Sherman doubles Tennessee's score and gives them the lead.
And one snipe deserves another as Dallas's backup running back sniping one away from Travius James, and Sherman returning the favor here for Stephon Hurdle. But either way, 6 points is 6 points.
Here comes the extra point by Brody Speak. And he'll convert that without any fuss. 14-7. Now the score here from Texas. And Eric, we were talking behind the scenes pregame that which is the more difficult opponent, the team that is trying to go after the #1 seed or the team that's on a massive win streak that at one point was 2-6 before rattling off 6 of 7 wins?
I mean, look, it's got to be Tennessee is the more dangerous team. The winners of 6 of 7. I mean, coming into this, you know, first half of the season, they didn't think that they were going to be sniffing the playoffs. And here they are already within the playoffs, playing to possibly get themselves into the 6th seed and maybe a date with the New York Lightning. I mean, it's just fantastic. Meanwhile, Dallas, they're trying to hold on to the #1 seed now. If they lose this game, they will give that up to the Miami Pirates, and they'll have to play probably the Rochester Pioneers.
So Rochester's still involved in all this. They're not even playing tonight, waiting to see who they will whether or not they're going to Miami or coming right here to Texas. As now it's up to Cameron Duty to shake off that interception which he threw on the last drive. High snap. He's able to corral it and fire near side. That is caught at the 42-yard line. Taylor is there, and that'll move the sticks on first down.
Yeah, much better throw there for Cameron Duty, and didn't throw it into coverage, just waited for the play to develop, and that's just a perfectly timed ball. He knew exactly when the receiver was going to break to the outside, threw it right when he made his break, and a good catch there by Taylor along that sideline.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
Dallas in the top 10 in terms of passing offenses this season, and they're going to go to the ground game here this time. Run up the middle, Tre'Davious James off tackle, and that one picks up 5.
And it's hard to tell exactly what type of team now the Tennessee Ramblers are, considering they've had so much turnover during the course of the season. But now it seems to be that they have a very balanced attack. Dallas, on the other hand, probably a more lethal balanced attack.
Play action, Tennessee only sent 4, again targeting the outside, and again Duty able to connect with Neil Rivers.
And this is the danger if you're Tennessee's defense with facing an offense like the Talons. I mean, Neil Rivers just comes open completely. I mean, there is absolutely no one in his general area, and, you know, you got to watch out for the tight end, and I would say that's probably a symptom of watching out for the run game as well. You kind of get sucked in. There, it just looked like maybe a missed assignment, but either way, Tennessee's got a lot to watch out for.
Blitz coming, Duty couldn't get away in time, and it's the Tennessee Rambler defense again, Marquand Belton.
Yeah, Belton just came completely untouched. Speaking of missed assignments there, completely missed the blocking assignment to Dallas, and Belton just comes completely free. Duty sees him right there in his face mask, and absolutely nothing he could do.
First sack of the night for Tennessee. Comes the way of Belton, and now it's 2nd and long here for the Talons offense. And Duty, who looked pretty good on the last couple of passes, finding open receivers after throwing that pick into double coverage. Now we'll just hand it off. They're trying to get anything going here on the ground with James, trying to get any more room for the quarterback to go, but he stood up at the line as Delaney able there to come up with the tackle, and it's 3rd and long now.
Not too many plays in the playbook to cover a 3rd and 16. They'll go to the empty.
Spread the field with 4 wide, and they just check it down underneath near side. That's maybe a yard and a half shy, though, even the 40-yard line. Just a yard on that play. And now Dallas, well, they do have the wind against them here, so they are going to try and punt, looking to try and pin Tennessee deep. It's a high spiraling punt that's going to drop near the 5, takes a Dallas bounce, and they will down at the 5-yard line. Perfectly executed punt by Trey Strong.
Yeah, great punt there. Go ahead and pin back the Ramblers deep. That's all you can really do. And Tennessee here, they're looking to seize a little bit of that momentum here. They got the touchdown off of that turnover from Cameron Duty, looking to go ahead and add to their lead early on here in this first half.
Backed up the shadow of their own goalposts. Kane is just going to hand it off from the gun, and Hurdle makes a man miss, picking up 5 yards. That's exactly what Tennessee wanted there on that play.
Yeah, and the Ramblers have looked better offensively than the Talons so far. I know that the Talons have a very lethal offensive attack, but Tennessee has outclassed them thus far.
Couple tight ends to the right. They go the other direction again with Hurdle. Hurdle sliding through the tacklers, but eventually wrapped up by a familiar foe. It's Roberts again, his 4th tackle.
And Hurdle, again, just looking very, very crisp on the ground. He's looking very fluid. As soon as he touches the football, he knows exactly what move he's going to make. Just 1 foot in the ground, plant it, go upfield, gets enough for the first down.
Set. 60 outlaw.
Brand new set of downs. Stack of wide receivers off to the right. 4-man rush here from Dallas. Kane to the right side, caught at the 35-yard line, and they will keep marching down this field with reckless abandon.
You know, look at that pass, and you think that maybe Kane threw it behind him, but I think that was really a greatly thrown ball, a well-placed ball for Capone, because that was really the only place that he could throw it away from any of the defenders. There were 3 Dallas Talons in the area. Great pass by Kane.
It also helped lead Capone upfield as well, helping with the yak as well for Capone. That run is crushed. Maybe a couple yards, but Frank Bernstein gets in there in a hurry.
Yeah, Bernstein is another one of those guys you want to watch out for on that Talons defense. He will come up and play the run, and he does it well.
High formation, they try and pull the guard, and this one is Sherman with his 4th carry of the day for a good chunk of yards. 8 in total.
And both Tennessee backs with rushing touchdowns thus far, both looking good. Well, obviously, Hurdle with a little bit more finesse than his counterpart.
Jordan Palmer, the free safety, coming now on a blitz. They just try and hand up the middle, and Hurdle will pick it up at the logo.
And I like what Tennessee's doing. They're very methodical with the football. They're focusing on the running game. We've seen them go play action here. We'll see if that causes the Dallas Talons defense to bite and maybe find an ability to take the top off the defense for Tennessee.
How about the composure this team has had during the middle of their win streak? All of a sudden, no quarterback. Got to find somebody else. And Malik Kane comes in and has done a really good job on his first couple starts. His 3rd start here, finding Hurdle on the outside. He's ushered out of bounds quickly by Foxworth for a gain of 6.
It was the same thing with the running back situation as well. You know, Stephon Hurdle had to jump in after Rocket Davis was released midway through the season. A lot of these guys that were here towards the beginning of this inaugural season in the UFL are now no longer here. And, man, what a turnaround here for the Ramblers.
Here we go. 50, plant. Ready.
Kane also been very consistent as he's trying to find somebody, but he can't do it in time. Jarek Briggs all up in his face, and he takes him down for a huge loss, a 10-yard loss on the sack.
Yeah, and that's a killer right there. As you look at Briggs, he just kind of works the offensive line there, works the outgoing tight end, and then just works his way into the backfield to get into Kane's lap. That's a fight sack right there for Briggs.
So 3rd and 14, a test here for the Rambler offense that really hasn't been tested too much tonight. Kane left side, and it's hauled in by Foxworth. Interception for Dallas. Only the 9th or the 10th incompletion for Kane in his 3 starts.
It's a great play, too. I mean, Foxworth was behind the ball. That really wasn't a bad decision by Kane. Foxworth just closes in on that football and is able to snag it away from the intended receiver, gets both feet in bounds. That is a huge turnover here for the Talons.
Now does Olmo, the momentum, does that shift now here to Dallas now after their defense comes up with a big turnover? Play action, shot middle caught. Freddie Grady hauls that one in, unable to get too far forward after the catch.
And we talked about consistency from the quarterback position. Cameron Duty's been very consistent tonight as well. Only incompletion being the interception that he's thrown. Otherwise, he's taking good care of the football. He's found open receivers. Good, solid decisions from both quarterbacks here tonight.
That'll already put him over midfield on the first play of the drive. 2 wideouts. As Duty goes under center, it'll be a handoff middle. James, he busts through one and is upended hard at the 34-yard line, but it won't matter. First down.
Man, and Harrison Reed came down like a cannon to take on Travius James, and he just bounced off him like he was nothing. Boom. And just keeps on going. Paid for it on the back end there. But a great run by Travius James. Great blocking up front there from the Talons offensive line. One of the best runs of the night.
Ready, ready. 10-2, sir. Ready.
2 side ends left as Duty ushers Charlie Elliott over to the right-hand side now. They try and go with trap play, and nothing doing this time for James as Jackson is there.
And it has been a back and forth affair between these two teams trying to seize momentum here.
Play action, they do send the blitz. Duty thrown down again. Sean Lynch for the second sack of the game for the Ramblers.
Yeah, and that was a bad decision by Cameron Duty. You see him barreling down on you. Lynch is ready to eat your lunch, and you got to get rid of the football. Instead, Duty just eats it and takes a huge loss on that play back to the 45.
But you can tell you what was going through Duty's mind as we enter into the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Tennessee up by 7. It's 14-7 with 2 to play in the first half. Welcome back to Dallas. Tyler Falk and Eric Vincent on the call here for the final regular season game here in the UFL. As Cameron Duty on 3rd and 20, gonna check it down underneath, looking for Rashard Lockley to do anything. Rarely have seen him tonight, only his second catch. And it'll be well short on the line again, but it might put him in field goal range.
Yeah, and I think that's all that Dallas was really trying to do there, is just get enough yardage to get them into field goal range, possibly get some points on the board. There's not a whole lot of plays in the playbook to cover 3rd and 15 plus. So go ahead and get as much yardage as you possibly can and see if you can nail a long field goal.
This is into the wind. It will be a 52-yarder from the left hash. Snap, spot, kick is up. It has the distance, and it is through the uprights. And good, 14-10. Now your score. Tennessee still hold the advantage. Check out Green Gridiron socials to see the unboxings of full-size UFL helmet replicas. They make it real, and so do all of you. For more info on all the amazing products Green Gridiron has to offer, visit greengridiron.com. Minute 17 to go. Here in the first half, Tennessee will get the ball back. And they do get the ball to start the first half. So Tennessee can play this a number of ways, Eric.
Yeah, with all 3 timeouts, absolutely they can. And I would just suggest running their offense. As of right now, Dallas has had a little bit of trouble with stopping Stephon Hurl as he's running up the field. So go ahead, and if you want to run the football, run the football. See what you can get out of it. Mix in a little bit of the passing. Jackson and Capone have both been very, very good. Kane is taking care of the football. Really, the one interception was not really his fault. It was a great throw, just a better play by the defensive back.
They will start from the gun. Only a 4-man rush, and Kane, Tucky, and running, trying to find open space, will slide at the 31-yard line as they will elect to start the clock rolling. And not the Not the most flashiest start, but it's a good way. It keeps control of the football.
No, and it's good decision making. Go ahead and take off and run if you don't like what you see downfield.
Blitz coming now here for the Talons. Pass is broken up over the middle. Brilliant play as they get down in a hurry.
Yeah, and that was probably the first bad throw that I think we've seen from Malik Kane tonight. No business throwing that football over the middle. Tried to force one. Now it's 3rd and 4.
5 wide. Kane looking for somebody. That one's also broken up. Daryl Andrews was playing in the shallow zone, but comes back to the football to make a heck of a play.
And much like the interception along the sideline, this was open. It was just better closing speed by the Talons defensive backs. And Jared Marshall was in there with others, able to close in on that football and knock it away. Now Dallas has an opportunity to get some points on the board.
It's a very good punt. It takes a Rambler bounce inside the 5-yard line. Heck of a punt from Corey Austin. We've seen punts from both punters tonight go inside the 5-yard line.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and pull out that 56-degree wedge. Little bit of backspin. Mwah! Thing of beauty right there.
About 5 feet away from that's in birdie range right there. I'd make that punt.
Eagle range. That's eagle range right there.
And so the Talons down by 4, 39 seconds to go here in the half. They have all 3 timeouts, but they're backed up in their own territory. Run here from James. He gets a good run, good hole. It's 11 yards on the ground, but the clock will run, and Dallas not going to use any of their timeouts.
Yeah, I think that was the right call from Dallas, is to go ahead and keep the ball on the ground. You know there's very little chance of you getting to a point where you can get into field goal range, even with all 3 timeouts. Go ahead and run the football. Just make sure you got a little bit of room out of the back of your own end zone. Don't give the ball to Tennessee.
Exactly, especially in this area. It'd either be a safety, a field goal opportunity, or maybe even a touchdown play coming out of the playbook for Tennessee. Instead, one more run here from James brings us to halftime. It is Tennessee, winners of 5 straight, ahead of the team seeking the #1 overall seed in the Great East Conference. Who saw that one coming?
Man, I mean, looking at this matchup, Tyler, you thought anything goes, you know, and sure enough, that's exactly what we've gotten tonight. Anything goes. Both of these teams have come out. They have both fought back and forth for momentum in this ball game. They both played very well. Both quarterbacks have played well. Both running backs have played well. Both defenses have played well. It's going to be a hell of a second half, and we're going to see how the Great East playoffs stack up at the end of 2 more quarters.
Second half coming your way in just a moment, but stand by for station identification. You're watching the UFL on the Virtual Football Network.
This presentation of the UFL is intended for the private use of our audience. Any accounts or descriptions of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Welcome back to Dallas. Tyler Falk and Eric Vinson here on the call. Happy to have you along with us here this Friday evening, the final game of the UFL regular season, as Action Jackson able to make a 24-yard return. First time we've really seen him make a return here tonight, as his Ramblers offense will take the field here for the first time in the half. They currently lead by 4, Eric, and it's due to some good running. We saw one of the tailbacks there. That was Sherman, but it's also Hurdle who's doing the yeoman's work here for Tennessee, as Kane going to tuck it in and run. He's done well with his legs as well tonight. That's 9.5 yards.
And that's part of the good decision-making we've seen from Malik Kane. He will go through his progressions, work his way down the field. If he doesn't see anything he likes, he'll go ahead and he'll take off and run with it. And that's a good 9-yard run there on first down.
Try and run for the first down. A traditional run by Hurdle, and he gets up to the 39-yard line before being clattered down. And it's a first down for Tennessee.
And I love good, patient runs like we saw right there from Hurdle. Go ahead and put your hand in the back of your offensive lineman. Tell him to go ahead and do the dirty work and then slip out from behind him and get some extra yards.
2 tight ends near side, another run. And here's Hurdle to midfield. And he's just starting to get going here in the second half, but it's looked like he's been hot and ready for this second half.
He's just done such a good job thus far with finding openings in this defense. I mean, you saw him cut back across the left guard, then cut right back over the middle of the field, just circumnavigating around the defense in order to get the first down.
3 wide now as Malik Kane goes into the gun. 4 wide receivers. He's going to take off again, looking right side. He's got some open field, cutting up the numbers. It's a first down, a gain of 12. And the Ramblers are rambling down the field with great intent.
And Kane with a really smart run there. He's working his way towards the sideline because he sees his receiver there. As soon as he sees the DB sense his presence, he cuts it back inside and gets a few extra yards, pays for it on the back end with the big hit. But a great run there by Malik Kane.
Eric, at what point do you start bringing out a play that has a QB spy to stop this guy? And here they are. There is the QB spy. Pass underneath is nearly intercepted.
Man, and the Dallas defense, I mean, they played the pass extremely well. Julian Heim, he's an unclaimed guy that has just been playing lights out for this Talons defensive linebacker.
High formation, a heavy look here on 2nd and 10, looking for some good protection. As out of the tackle is Sherman. Sherman trying to make another man miss on the outside, but he's brought down by Jordan Palmer at no gain. A lot of fancy footwork, just couldn't get forward.
Oh, man, and if I had beaten the initial contact there, just run into the chest of that defender, go ahead and turn it into an extra gear, get upfield, see what you can get.
Press coverage and looking over the top, it's caught at the 12-yard line. Beating his man off the line is Action Jackson.
And we haven't seen too many deep balls here tonight, but that one, I mean, you had to throw that one. It was a good 2-yard separation there between Jackson and Foxworth, just beats him off the line. Good throw right into the bucket there from Malik Kane near the 10-yard line into the red zone.
70, Indy.
4 wide here from the 12-yard line. Kane gonna look to the air, looking right side, caught, trying to find a way forward is Papa Fields. And Papa's Fields can't get up there, stop to the 7-yard line, gain of 5.
To the 7-yard line, good catch there, not doing too much. Looked like he had an opportunity to maybe get himself into the end zone, but Tennessee lives to fight another day, bringing out the big hefties here.
Dallas goes into the bear here as we try and run, and upended and flattened. Massive hit by Sheldon Hastings.
And I talked about the defensive backfield here for the Talons, how they're very short in size comparatively with the rest of the league. However, they play tough, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at Hastings there, just being patient, playing it almost like a linebacker. Like, that's the run sense of a linebacker there that Hastings had to come in and close in to make the tackle.
Bunch shot to the right on 3rd down. Here for Tennessee. Dallas looking at trying to hold him at least to a field goal. Kane tucking and running, looking for the end zone. He slides a couple yards shy. Not willing to fight for it this time, and Dallas will escape, was holding to Tennessee for just a field goal.
Bend don't break, and in these type of games, that's exactly what you're looking for.
To continue to make it just a 1-score lead, but a full touchdown advantage. The kick is up, and it is good. Chip shot good there from Brody Speak, and it's 17-10 Tennessee. For UFL schedule, standing, stats, rankings, and more, visit the league website at UFL, that's YOUFL.football, and claim your player today. You can help your favorite team succeed there too by just being a fan and declaring your fandom. UFL.football, the official home of everything UFL. Midway through the 3rd quarter, still anybody's ball game. The last time these two teams played, it was the same exact scoreline, Eric, 17-10 in favor of Tennessee.
And now Dallas, they've got an opportunity to go ahead and take their first possession here in the second half and possibly tie this thing up, seizing more momentum back their way.
Here's hoping we don't have a rain delay or a weather delay that really stagnates things here in Dallas as return from Lynch gets up to the 26-yard line. That is where Cameron Duty and the Talons offense will retake the field. here for their first drive. They've had to wait nearly half the quarter to take the field.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Ready, ready.
I'll start with a ground game. Running is James, and he is swallowed up after getting beyond the line. It's a decent gain of 6 yards.
Yeah, it's a good run there. He got skinny, found the hole there, got as much as he possibly could. And Tennessee, decent job up front, just better blocking by the Dallas offensive line.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf. Check. Walk 54. Walk 54. And watch that. And watch the ball.
Heavy look here for the Talons. They try and run. No, it's play action. And down goes Duty, but a flag flies in at the same time. And they're going to call a face mask on Tennessee on the tackle on Duty.
Oh, man, and that's a heartbreaker right there. Diller comes in on the safety blitz. He gets home with ease. He just happens to get his hand up into the face mask of Cameron Duty. A free 15 yards for them as opposed to a huge loss for the Talons.
Go. Big river.
Comes a run. This time they try and actually run. James gets out of one tackle in the backfield, but can't get further forward than that. Aldrin Maxwell, the left outside linebacker, is there for the 2-yard loss.
And with the exception of that opening play there, Tennessee's been doing a good job with getting into the Dallas backfield and forcing mistakes here for the Talons. If it wasn't for that face mask penalty, they'd be facing quite a down in distance here rather than a fresh set of downs.
57, Mike 57. Cut. Watch the twist. 5.
Play action. Duty gets rid of it in time, and the tailback having to come back to the ball to help out his quarterback, but no gain on the play.
And again, Dallas, just a nice sequence of defensive play calls. They are getting into the Dallas backfield and wreaking havoc on this Talons offense. Now a 3rd and long is here.
Safety standing at the line to gain. Corner blitz coming. Pass middle, that's caught. Lockley all alone in the middle of the field. And that's an easy first down for Dallas.
And they were looking like T.C. Williams High School from Remember the Titans. You blitz and blitz and blitz some more, and well, that's the problem when you don't get home. And when you send everybody is that there's going to be an open guy, and you certainly don't want to leave that guy open. Rashad Lockley, easy pitch and catch there. Little couple shifty moves for some extra yards, and Dallas is in business now.
On the set. Mike 54. Hey, pick it up. Right.
From the Tennessee 37-yard line, 4:05 to go. Another pass middle. There's Lockley again. Back-to-back passes after a very quiet first half.
And that's just a quick, accurate decision there from Cameron Duty. Sees the slant play, finds his favorite target, open as soon as he hit his break, boom.
15 line.
Couple tight ends left. They'll try and another play action with all the tight ends out there. And they kind somehow Lockley was sitting down underneath and got another catch. 3 straight connections from Duty to Lockley. Only had 2 catches all the first half.
He's working himself free here in this second half, and that's exactly what this Dallas offense needs.
Look out, he's at the top of your picture. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. And they can't get it off in time. It's a delay of game.
When that's a killer right there, especially you might have had an opportunity to go ahead and throw a bit of a fade to Lockley, given what the coverage was coming out for Tennessee. Instead, you don't get a play off at all, and you lose 5 yards.
Ready. 54 is Mike.
So they're going to lose yardage up to the 16-yard line. Lockley again on the near side, but coverage backing off, and I'm not playing too close to the line, and the run goes for a couple yards that they lost, 3 in total.
So now 2nd and 12. Tennessee feeling pretty good about themselves, just making sure that they need to cover up Lockley. Looks like man coverage across the board here.
Play action, Duty looking for somebody. Lockley was open for a split second, but it's mauled in the backfield. A trio of Ramblers knock him back all the way to the 23-yard line.
And that was just one up front there. They only rushed 3, and all 3 of them get off their blocks eventually and get home. Actually, it looked like maybe the linebacker came off from coverage in order to make the play. But 2 of the 3 linemen, they beat their blocks on the line and got into Duty's lap. Cameron had nothing going for him on that play.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
So Duty is going to stand at the Tennessee 28-yard line on 3rd and 22. Pass underneath, caught, looking to get closer to the goal line because that's where the line to gain is. But it'll be stopped about 7 yards shy by the Ramblers defense. Antoine Dixon's there to finish off the drive.
And Shane Vance with his first catch of the day, a big one there, but needed a bigger play as he gets just inside of that 10-yard line. So Dallas will have an opportunity at a field goal, but man, it certainly seems like a wasted red zone possession.
So this one 24 yards out for Ruth. And it's up and good, and it's back to a 4-point spread between Tennessee and Dallas. Tennessee still hold the lead. Want to bring in the UFL co-founder, Cameron Irvine. Cameron, it has been a phenomenal opening season here on VFN for the UFL. We know this league already has so much history coming in to before this, but I'd say for you and for Zilligan, it has been a good start to life.
Yeah, it was a huge undertaking. When Zilligan and I first started, I said, "Are you sure you want all 32 teams to play? Is there a way for like 8 of them to like evaporate or something? Because that's a lot of games." And he's like, hey, it's the league. And I'm like, okay, we got it. So, all 32 teams get to play. And, I think one of the favorite things about how this first season has played out is just how much you got to work for a title. Not only do you have a 3% chance of winning it from the onset, but a team like Tennessee, they started rough, but they found this guy, Malik Kane, and he continues to deliver for them and, got them into the playoffs, wherever they end up tonight. So they look like a team that was destined to fail, but over time in the season, they were able to succeed.
Absolutely. And as we close up shop on the regular season, 256 games after tonight, there's just only one way to go, and that is up, and it starts with the first live postseason here for the UFL, featuring both of these 2 teams.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting as Tennessee continues their drive, so I'll keep it short, but it's going to be exciting, guys. Can't wait to see how it all plays out and how these teams strategize to, try to win down the stretch. You got to win 4 in a row, no matter who you are, it's really anybody's game out there. Golly, I can't wait. We're getting the website all prepped and ready to go for the postseason right now with all the matchups that we know, getting dates and times and broadcasters all situated. There's a lot going on behind the scenes as we prepare for the postseason. It's going to be great. Tuesday, September 16th.
Thank you, UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine. There's a run by Hurdle. Been waiting for one of these as he gets all the way to the 17-yard line on a tear, closing in on 100 yards tonight as we hit triple zeros in the 3rd quarter. This guy is one tough back to stop when he gets going. And Tennessee, with a 4-point lead currently, looking to add more points to the board as we hit the 4th quarter. Get your floors up here on VFN. You're watching the final game of the regular season here between Dallas and Tennessee. Tyler Falk and Eric Vincent on the call. Tennessee looking for points in the 4th quarter as Hurdle out of a couple would-be tacklers as Van Holten connects behind him. And you see the scores there on the bottom left side of your picture from game night earlier tonight. A lot of good games of a stunner from El Paso in Austin as they take home win number 7. And it's a 3-way tie atop that division at 8-8. As the pass underneath is caught by Hurdle, and he's dragged down by Foxworth by his face mask. And Tennessee going to get a free first down.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those mistakes tonight, one for each team. Foxworth absolutely beside himself. Can't believe he did that. And now it's a goal-to-go situation here for Tennessee to extend their lead.
And right now, as it stands, you saw the score pop up for a second. Miami with the win tonight. That forces Dallas to win. And right now, they're behind 4 points from doing so. Potentially even more. Play action. Kane gonna tuck it and run. Cuts left, cuts right. He lost the ball! And Dallas recover in the red zone!
And that is just what the doctor ordered. If you are the Dallas Talons, Malik Kane, who's been very careful with the football here, just coughs it up after the big hit there by Rhodes. And then Dallas able to pick up the football. They forced the turnover. They put a stop to that very promising drive here for Tennessee. And now they got an opportunity to march down the field and take the lead.
An opportunity given, an opportunity squandered. How does Dallas capitalize on the first turnover from Tennessee? They picked up 3 points. 3 points still leaves them behind by one drive. Duty, pressure coming, and Tennessee respond immediately. Keyshawn Lynch's second sack of the game.
And he came in with his hair on fire. Just a good swim move, beats the offensive guard there. I mean, look at him, just gets right in there, and it was game over for Cameron Duty at that point. Absolutely nowhere for him to go. Throws him down, and Lynch is having himself a sack party.
Now inside their own 5-yard line on 2nd and long. 3 wide in the back of the backfield. They try and go a trap, and it's trapped for them. Maxwell behind the line, a 2-yard loss.
And just, again, great run defense here for the Ramblers. They've done well here. We've seen Travius James do what Travius James does, but overall, I would say that the Ramblers have held this rushing attack in check. Comparatively speaking, we've seen James just pop off against defenses, and the Ramblers overall, they've given up a play or two, but overall, they've held them in check.
Tennessee, I have no doubt here, Eric, backed up in their own end zone. They're going to be pinning theirs back and coming after Cameron Duty here on this one. It's a run. James, he's tackled near his own goal line. They'll say he got out in the nick of time. Rodney Walker, the nickel back, comes out with a sack, and now Dallas going to punt for the back of their own end zone.
Days I'm going to have to hook up the old telestrator, but look at what Walker's doing here. He's just breaking down his feet the entire time, watching the backfield. He knows they're going to run the football in one way or another, and then he shoots the gap, makes the play, almost gets the safety.
And the punt is safely away from Trey Strong, and it's a good deep punt from his own end zone. Getting Tennessee on their own side of midfield is an impressive feat, to say the least.
And now Tyler, Tennessee gets to have the football back. No harm, no foul after giving up that fumble deep in the red zone. And now with decent starting field position themselves, they're right back on track.
Try and run up the middle to begin the drive with Hurdle, and he picks up 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down as Dallas, their defense, like you said, 2 stops on the night, but gotta come up with another one here to keep it within a 1-score deficit. Fighting tooth and nail here tonight. A fake jet sweep, run up the middle, and Hurdle gonna be a couple yards shy and brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 2. This is a big-time 3rd down here for the Talons. If they can get off the field and force a Tennessee punt, this would be huge.
And they try and run. Hurdle trying to get out of the backfield. Denied. A yard shy.
And I don't think that Tennessee would go for it in this situation, given where we are in the football game. But great run defense by the Dallas Talons. Roberts getting in there and making the stop. He was the guy that jarred the football loose from Malik Kane just a drive ago. And, hold my tongue.
They are going to go for it. They might try and run here. They're 4 of 7 on 4th down this season. Looking for a pass, looking over the middle. It is dropped. The hit jarring the ball free. A turnover on downs, and Dallas take over near midfield.
That is absolutely huge. Able to punch that football out, because that was a good throw there by Malik Kane. He had him open, just punched the football out, forcing the incompletion, and now Dallas with an opportunity.
Then they're taking off the gloves right away. 4 wide receivers on first down. Duty underneath route, caught but corralled and contained quickly for a minimal gain of 4.
And Tyler, you get the sense from both of these teams that they are taking those gloves off. You know, they were kind of, neck and neck with each other, kind of feeling each other out. Now they're going 5 gears all at each other.
Play action, Duty's got Lockley. Oh, but he takes a shot by Chris Diller, who drills into Lockley to hit that ball free.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about, Tyler. That was a huge hit to jar the football loose, forcing the 3rd down.
Prelude to the playoffs. They're playing like it's a playoff game right now. Duty with a blitz coming, wide open receiver over the middle, caught and pulled down at the 38-yard line. No flag this time as Isaiah Taylor picks up the first down yardage.
Taylor with a 2nd catch tonight, wide open over the middle of the field. Really nothing Tennessee could do on that one. Just good speed, and no one was home. Fresh set of downs for the Talons as they creep into Tennessee territory.
This will define what both teams are labeled as going into the postseason. Does Tennessee fall short of the #1 overall pick, or the potential #1 pick in the postseason fall just short to the rampaging Ramblers with a good gain on first down of 8 yards?
Yeah, and Rivers does a good job just working his way out of the slot. Just curls up right there and then works his way towards the middle of the field, sensing there was no one there. Duty sees him, throws him the football, and then tries to pick up a couple extra yards. Just a good job recognizing the tight end open on that play by Duty.
He's pretty active in that first half. A couple of catches. First time we've seen him here in the 4th quarter. Under 6 to go now. Blitz coming. Pass right side. Oh, it's right to a defender. And Tennessee are going to run this one back. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Harrison Reed. Tennessee up by 2 scores. Our first 2-score lead of the game.
And that's a backbreaker for the Talons there. I don't know what Cameron Duty was looking at. There were 2 different Rambler defenders in the area. Either one of them could have picked it off. It just happened to be Harrison Reed, and he is off to the races. No one in front of him at all. And now Dallas really playing from behind. They have placed themselves in an awful situation. And I mean, you see it right there. Just Cameron Duty had no reason to throw that football there.
A costly turnover. Could it cost Dallas the #1 overall seed in the Great East? Extra point is up and good. 24-13. 11 points between these 2 clubs. And there's only 5:47 left to go in the regular season because the UFL playoffs are just around the corner, kicking off with Wild Card Week, Tuesday, September 16th, and Wednesday, September 17th, right here on VFN. All roads lead to the 2025 UFL Championship game in Las Vegas on Friday, October 3rd. Thank you for a great 2025 inaugural UFL season. Ramblers ramble on, looking for win number 6 in a row. Lynch takes the knee in the end zone. What a story, Eric Vincent.
No kidding, Tyler. I mean, what can you say about the Ramblers that you haven't already? I mean, they started off the season just left for dead. And, so many different guys released by this team, had to bring in new bodies. And then they all of a sudden found themselves, and here they are up 11 points.
Oh,
another one!
Another turnover for Tennessee, and this one's going to go all the way back. 2 defensive scores in less than a minute.
Antoine Dixon, the beneficiary here as we look at the play, and I cannot believe that this got ripped out, but it did. And Dexter Jackson, the starting middle linebacker, able to rip that one out. Antoine Dixon able to just pick that up, say thank you very much. I'll take it back to the crib for you, my guy. And Tennessee is running away with this one here in the fourth.
What is happening in Dallas? They clinched the Central Division earlier in the week with St. Louis falling in overtime to Wichita. So they have the division title, but they're falling to Tennessee 31-13. Tennessee just open up a can on Dallas.
And it's looking very similar to Wednesday night's game here in prime time, where Milwaukee knocked off Motor City for basically a play-in game for the playoffs. Milwaukee just turned it on in the fourth quarter, deadlocked at the end of the first half, and they turned it on in the fourth quarter, forcing a couple turnovers, turning those into points. And we're seeing the same thing here tonight for Tennessee. Back-to-back possessions, back-to-back touchdowns for their defense, a pick six and a scoop six.
And we're back underway. We'll see if the ball control from Dallas is any better. Lynch is going to try and return this one. He won't get past his own 25-yard line. Might as well take it a knee in the end zone to save his body some bruising.
Tyler, I think I have a more definitive answer to your question about who you want to face in the playoffs. Anybody but the Ramblers. Anybody but them right now.
They are not red hot, but white hot. Doesn't matter whether or not they're on the road as a flag comes in, as Taylor spins out of that tackle, and a holding call on Dallas. Insult to injury.
Let's go.
And they have to go into the no huddle, under 5.5 to go. 1st and 20. Duty right side, in cutting catch is caught out of a tackle, flag down, and they're going to pick up some extra yards. 3rd face mask we've seen called tonight.
One I really can't blame Aldrin Maxwell for. The receiver was just so shifty. Freddie Grady, with receiving the football, got out of a couple different defenders. The way that he moved, Maxwell just kind of threw his hands up and found himself in the face mask.
Duty looking to the air again, has time, looking for it all. He's got a man. There's an Ellis touchdown. Just like that, they find Taryn Wells, and Dallas spring back to life.
Man, Dallas, it's like they saw those back-to-back turnovers and they were like, nah, we ain't going out like that. Not like that. And they marched down the field quickly and get this thing to possibly within 4 points. Same guy that fumbled the football that ended up being the scoop and score on the last possession catches a deep bomb there to go ahead and possibly get him within 11.
Redemption from Walls. Extra point is good. Yes. 31-20. 5 minutes, 8 seconds to go on regulation. Now it's all a matter of time before we start seeing some onside kicks, or whether or not Dallas will trust their defense, which has played remarkably well here in this second half, only allowing 3 points, but have allowed 14 when their offense takes the field.
I mean, and it's funny how football goes sometimes. You take those 14 points off the board that were defensive touchdowns, Dallas is in front in this game right now. Completely different ball game.
They will trust their defense this time around as Trey Strong gets us going. And a return here from Tennessee, looking for more space, and they're ripping out the ball. But Jackson, with strong hands, controls the football. And now we'll see the Tennessee offense take the field with 5:04 to go. We'll see plenty of Stephon Hurdle and Santara Sherman, the 2 tailbacks, surely as they try and ice this game.
Run the football, chew some clock, take care of the football.
I'll start with a run right side. You can see the defender trying to rip it away. That's Jarek Briggs the left end, just trying to thrash his way at Hurdle and Sherman.
Any way to get that football out right now. Dallas is in desperation mode.
Second and 10, run here. Hurdle, counter, near side. Hurdle, clatter down a yard shy of the line to gain. That's Bernstein with a first down saving tackle. About to go under 4 minutes.
And you see Hurdle very smartly holding the football with 2 hands, making sure it doesn't get ripped out.
Tight end, they try and go near side. That's a first down. And the clock will roll. No timeouts yet for Dallas.
We're going to get close to the point in time where Dallas is going to want to burn those timeouts. Probably inside of the 3-minute range, I would imagine, is when they're going to start wanting to burn defensive timeouts to preserve as much possible time for their offense to come back from this 2-score deficit.
Now into the gun. Under 3.5 to go. Handoff, middle. Tackle just a couple yards beyond the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard gain.
And Tennessee is smelling a date with New York up in the great old Empire States as the 6th seed visiting the 3 seed.
New York winning the Metropolitan Division earlier this week. Kane tucking and running on the play. And is also a yard shy. There's the first time of Foxworth, who had a back-breaking interception. Also had a face mask, which gave Tennessee a first down, which ended up in points. And now comes with a first down saving tackle. 3rd and 1 with 2:39 to go.
This is a huge 3rd down play, Tyler. Dallas has got to get them off the field here.
Safety's coming down, more than likely coming on a blitz. They're smelling a run. They'll try and run, cutting the inside, but they get a first down. Hurdle for a first down yard. Second timeout called by Dallas. It's going to be a nitty-gritty finish.
Absolutely huge play there by Hurdle to shrug off the incoming defender coming off the edge. Just an impressive run there to get the first down. 2:35 to go here. Dallas will probably burn their last timeout before the 2-minute warning.
As it stands, they would welcome Rochester as Hurdle gets the call. Final timeout called as Tennessee get to the 30 or the 43-yard line. They did not play this season. Miami would face Milwaukee. They have not played this season. A lot of first-time matchups in the season, and they're going to have to play in the postseason.
Again, a lot of fresh matchups, which is exactly what you want come playoff time. And this team in Tennessee is exactly who you want to see in the playoffs as well. Not if you're an opposing team, though.
Hurdle going nowhere. Roberts, who has been all over this field, his 9th tackle. Comes to a tackle as the clock will be left to run. No timeouts left for the Talons. We will hit the 2-minute warning. And if Tennessee does not convert on this next play, Dallas will likely have around 1 minute and 20 seconds to get 2 touchdowns. There's the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go in the regular season. Does Tennessee pick up their 6th consecutive win and going into the playoffs on a high? And does Dallas give away the 1st seed to Miami? Two minutes to go, handoff, middle, Hurdle looking for it, but he runs right into a defender. He'll be a few yards shy. Dallas get off the field.
Yep, Tennessee will have to punt. And here's an interesting thought, Tyler. They're down 11. Dallas has an opportunity to score a touchdown, go for the 2-point conversion, so that way the 3 ball is in play to go ahead and tie the football game. You're going to have to score 2 touchdowns either way if you want to win it.
This rookie punter, Corias, has already pinned Dallas. Is on the 5 once today. Can't do it a second time. It bounces and rumbles into the end zone, and Dallas will start from their own 20-yard line. They got to go 80 yards and leave them enough time to get 2 scores. It's a tall task for Cameron Duty, who's already thrown a couple interceptions tonight, one resulting in a pick 6. Blitz coming, quick hitter underneath. That's not what they need. That's going to let the clock run. They're going to hustle back to the line.
Yeah, Dallas going to be in the no huddle for the rest of the quarter here. 10-second runoff for every no-huddle play. Doesn't matter how many yards you gain.
Under a minute to go. They got to have a couple of big plays left in that book. Down a right side. That is caught. No. Hit as the ball got to him. Incomplete pass. That, fortunately, however, for Dallas, stops the clock.
Yeah, sometimes an incomplete pass, it's beneficial for you, and that gives Dallas an opportunity to reset here.
3rd and 11. All the way to the remainder of the game, though. They're in 4-down territory. Duty. Not today. Marquand Belton, second sack. And Dallas are on their last legs.
On the ball, come on. Let's go. Hey, right set. Ready.
Empty, right side, incomplete. Dallas cannot get it done at home. They will lose. Miami will be your number 1 seed. And for a team that at one point was 2-6, rattle off 6 straight wins to get to the 6th seed in the playoffs. How about it, Tennessee?
Ramble on, Tennessee. Ramble on. What a game here from the visiting Ramblers. And what a season to go ahead and claw your way into the playoffs. As you mentioned, Tyler, starting off the season at 2-6 and then rattling off now 6 straight wins in order to get yourselves into the playoffs. And now you got a date with the New York Lightning. That's your reward here. But the good news is that everybody's going to have to win 4 games in order to hoist that trophy down in Sin City.
One and only kneel down from Malik Kane as Tennessee go into the division champs home. Take home the win, 31-20 to finish off the regular season at 9-7. And with that, that's a wrap on the regular season. The playoffs are set. Dallas, the 2 seed. Miami is the number 1 overall seed in the Great East. And Miami will take on, I'm trying to make sure I get everything right here. They will take on Milwaukee as the 8th seed. I'm looking for everything. We will get an update here on the official playoff picture from Cam and Irvine here in just a moment. But Miami set to play. We're going to get the full picture here in just a moment. We're going to go ahead and keep you guys for a little bit longer in the game, but my goodness, we got a great game for the final game of the regular season. A perfect bookend to the season here, Eric.
No kidding. And we went into this and we were anticipating having a knockdown drag-out fight. We absolutely got that here tonight. And really, with the exception of the 2 takeaways that Tennessee had in the 4th quarter of action, Dallas might have come away with this football game. But collectively speaking, the Ramblers came into Dallas's house. They took this win away from them, and they will move into the 6th spot in order to play the New York Lightning. They have won 6 straight. What fight from this team to go ahead and make that 6th seed in the playoffs?
Never say die. They're at 2-6. It's at most point, at some point, they had to be thinking, do we just give up on the rest of the season? I don't know what it was, whether or not they came into the locker room and told each other, you know what? We're not dead yet. We're not done yet. We still got the remainder of the season. 7 of 8 with a 6-game winning streak to end the regular season. By no means, Eric Vincent, is that a small feat.
No,
massive kudos
not.
to Tennessee.
Absolutely not a small feat at all. And Tennessee has done a tremendous job. Like I said, with all the turnover that they have experienced there on this football team, they have found themselves a franchise quarterback in Malik Kane. And with any luck for Ramblers fans, he will go ahead and hoist that trophy in Las Vegas come season's end. But man, oh man, what an effort for them to make it into the playoffs. And we're going to go ahead and get a look at that clear playoff picture now that the Great East is solidified.
Here are your playoff matchups. Announced for the first time, dates and times ready to go. Your first playoff slate. at 7 p.m. Eastern in Austin, Texas. And we get started. Los Angeles Aztecs travel to Austin. Meanwhile, same game going on at the same time. Milwaukee taking on Miami. Then, next block, Fresno is going to take on San Diego, followed by these Tennessee Ramblers going to play in New York. That'll take place Tuesday, September 16th. Then Wednesday, we start out in Cincinnati, Ohio, and where the championship game will eventually be played in Las Vegas. St. Louis takes on Cincinnati, followed by Vegas and Dakota. Those games kicking off at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the final games of Wild Card Week start in Dallas. Right back here, Rochester comes into town to take on the Talons, followed by the Phoenix Skyhawks and the Salt Lake Hornets. That is your 2025 start to the UFL playoffs, all kicking off with Wild Card Week. For the UFL co-founder and producer, Cameron Irvine, for my partner, Eric Vincent, from the entire UFL crew, I'm Tyler Falk. Thank you so much for a phenomenal 2025 regular season. We'll see you in the postseason. Until then, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.